Come on, get in. Angle up, angle up, angle up. Angle! Get in. Spin.
I'm fine.
He's walking all over you.
I'm a little tired.
Wait a second.
What? What?
What happened to your face?
I don't know, it just hurts.
It hurts. What do you mean it hurts?
Man, everything hurts.
Standing 8 is a short film about a boxer who's forced to retire after being diagnosed with lupus. The journey takes him from training for what's going to be the fight of his life and the diagnosis of systemic lupus, which is basically ends his boxing career. Standing 8 was just me using my history as a boxer and kind of really involving a lot of my mother's journey as a lupus warrior and taking those two ideas and putting them together to create something that was both entertaining and educational. My earliest childhood memory is of my mother being hospitalized. I was 2 years old, and I remember looking up at my 6'4" father like a giant and asking him where my mom was.
I got diagnosed with lupus when I was pretty much close to my deathbed. So I had pleurisy, pericarditis, kidney involvement.
I would go to the library and I'd go to the medical section, and I had my aha moment was the life expectancy was short.
We discussed things like when I had to go on the chemotherapy and stuff, he just kind of knew that, okay, well, mom's going to the hospital and stuff, and it just was part of everyday life. I didn't make a big deal out of it.
I just thought that's how we were living. I thought that I didn't really think that there was anything out of the norm until I got a little older. And I think it wasn't until like my early 20s that I came to the realization that my mother was sick with something, and it was pretty serious.
My husband, I'm sure, had a really hard time with it because he's not, first of all, if you see somebody that you love going through something, it's very, very difficult.
My personality is such that, you start something and you work. To get through it.
Before my mother was diagnosed, my dad was really concerned something was very serious with her, and he took a job with the state to make sure he could get her insured. And he held on to a state job for the remainder of his career. That wasn't his dream. That's not what he wanted to do with his life. That's not how he saw his life going. Same with my mother. She was a mathematician. She was on the road to being a college professor, professor at a university. She couldn't do it. Lupus stopped that.
You have all your dreams and everything of what you think that you want to do with your life, and all you plan all these things that you want to do, and you have this ideal that you have set up in your mind, and it's poof, gone. It's just gone.
It's not easy. I can't imagine what it would be like in my life and where I would be psychologically if all of a sudden I couldn't do what I wanted to do with my life. Like if someone just stepped in right now and said, you can't act anymore, or you can't do what you love to do anymore. And that's what lupus can do to people.
I'm going to have to step in and do more. So that eliminated some of those things that I ideally wanted for myself. And I became more involved in helping.
Like my dad has stood by my mom all of these years, and he has been her rock. And I just pray to God that I could be like half the man that my father is.
It's a very serious disease. It's an individual disease. Every person that gets it kind of starts walking their own path. And if you're a spouse in this whole thing, support that person with your heart and soul. Take care of your family. And work at it.
I want people to take the time to really understand what's going on when someone says, I have lupus. The more lupus awareness, the more people that are aware of it, the more people are going to care, the more they're going to donate, the more research will get done, and they will find a cure.